The men's splash and dash, the 53, one very quick length of the pool. Stephen Clark and Ryan Lauren were the best in qualifying and will go from lanes 4 and 5. Yannick Lupien, who's won this one before, is in lane 6.
Well, Yannick won this at the Spring Nationals, and he said his strategy was very simple. I blast off and I never look back, and that's a great strategy for the 50-meter freestyle. He's got to focus on the start and then just keep that stroke going. People that'll challenge him, lane number 4, Stephen Clark. He first ran his first Nationals in this pool 10 years ago in the 53 and finished dead last. Now he's the fastest qualifier. Craig Hutchinson, lane 3, quite a find. He wasn't even swimming 3-4 years ago. Now he's one of the better freestylers in the country and challenging for a berth on the Commonwealth Games team. Just one length of the pool, the 50-meter freestyle. These guys are 6'5" and 6'7". It helps to have that extra size, that extra height, and that extra power when you're just trying to power your way down under 25 seconds.
The men's 53, one length of the pool, and as usual, Simon McDonald got a good start in lane 2, Clark's in 4, Lawrence in 5, Lupien in 6.
And right now, Ryan Lauren has tremendous early front-end speed, but we'll see if he can be there at the end. Clark and Hutchinson usually come from behind. Simon McDonald's got the lead.
They're coming down through the wall, less than 5 meters to go, and up the wall, it is lane 4, Stephen Clark wins it with a time at 23:24. Ryan Lauren is second, and Yannick Lupien in lane 6 winds up third. The time for Clark, 23:24. The big guy from Brampton comes through.
Well, he starts from behind. His start isn't as good as the other swimmers, but he has to maintain composure and not panic in this race and pull and turn the arms over and grab a lot of water and reach, and he's going to reach. He's actually right behind there, but look, it was the time into the wall that won him the gold medal. Lauren, without the bathing cap, started to pull away from the wall before he got there, and that cost him the gold medal. Stephen kept his head down. Right here as they go in, Stephen on the far right is the third one into the water. He's not as fast as the other two swimmers. He pops up very quick, but he's just a little bit behind the others, and then he has to play catch-up all the way down to the end of the pool. But when you got 50 meters, doesn't matter if you play catch-up for 49. You only need that 50th to catch everybody and out-touch them for the gold medal.
Big Stephen Clark came through to win the men's 53 with a time of 23:24. Our coverage of the 98 Maritime Life Nationals returns in just a moment.
Drive into Travelodge location. Maritime Life National Championships on CBC. Brought to you by Maritime Life, proud sponsor of Swimming Canada.
Welcome back to a jammed and noisy Etobicoke Olympium and our coverage of the 98 Maritime Life Nationals and Commonwealth Trials. Before we go to the men's 100-meter freestyle, let's flash back to earlier in the meet and the solid performance of Mark Johnson, the 18-year-old from St. Catharines, who swims for the Pacific Dolphins. He was pure gold in the 200 and 400, Byron.
Well, Canada's swimming program has been missing a world-ranked middle distance 200, 400-meter freestyler for years, and Johnson fits the bill. He has the size at 6'4", the attitude, he hates to lose, and the technique. Some say perfect freestyle stroke to be an international standout.
Now here's the start list for the men's 100-meter freestyle. Stephen Clark, who struck gold in Victoria, has lane 4. The Canadian record holder in the distance will be challenged by Craig Hutchinson in 5 and 6'8" Thomas Zukowski in 3.
Well, Stephen is certainly the favorite, known for his quick, sarcastic wit and a very positive attitude. He loves racing, and when the race is over, he's usually on the podium. An Olympic medal in '92, Canada's only gold medal in '94 Commonwealth, and 15 national titles. But a title isn't on his mind tonight. A barrier is, the magic 50-second barrier in the 100-meter freestyle. Somewhat similar to that 10-second barrier in track and field for the 100. Once you're under that barrier, you're amongst the very, very elite.
The men's 100-meter freestyle, 2 lengths in the pool. Look for Simon McDonald in 7 and Ryan Lauren in 2 to take it out very quickly.
Well, they certainly will, and Stephen has to be down to the first 50 at about 24.2 seconds if he has a chance to get under that 50-second barrier.
Stephen Clark is in lane 4. He's made his move. He's driving to the wall. We'll see what kind of split time he can put in. It is Clark, 24.45.
Maybe just a little bit slow going down on the first 50. Now he has to pick up his legs, up the guard. He's got to keep the legs going, and he's got to distance himself about a body length in front of the field if he wants to break that 50-second barrier.
Right now, he's about a half a body that?
No, he was a little bit slow going down on the first 50, shaking his head a bit. He had a real good start, but he didn't translate that into enough speed on the first length. He's in the middle of the picture. He's on the left of the picture. He's off from the rest of the pack. He's in the water well, and he comes up right with the field, and that's been a detriment of his in the past, but he just couldn't translate that into a fast enough first 50. He came back very, very well, but wasn't able to right here have enough of a lead. He's the first one around, plants his feet and pushes off, but had to have a little bit more lead in order to get under that 50-second barrier. It's a victory. It's still a very high world-class time, but that barrier is something that Stephen wants very, very bad, and he'll miss it this time, maybe at the Commonwealth Games in Malaysia. Stephen Clark of Brampton comes in for first, Hutchinson second, third place, a young up-and-comer, Robbie Taylor, gets the bronze medal.
The time for Stephen Clark of Cobra out of Brampton, 50.27. He does not go under that magic 50-second barrier. Second place to Craig Hutchinson and third place to Robbie Taylor. We were hoping the trials would bring out the best in Canadian swimming, and it did. But Byron, if I'm the head coach of the Canadian team, Dave Johnson, I've got to be a little bit concerned about the men's team heading to Malaysia.
Well, the medals will be few and far between on the men's side, and Curtis Meiden not going and his potential 2 gold medals certainly does hurt.